remember, I think the first play of that drive actually was even more egregious in terms of not being able to bring him down. They had like three guys around him, and he kind of squeezed his arm to be able to just
get rid of it
over the middle to get rid of it. That should have been a sack even more than the Jalen Phillips play.
You know what's interesting to me about that, though, real quick? I just want to bring this up. On that play, he hits Lab McConkey and they have success. You want to know the one thing nobody's talking about on that play? How bad the O-line was. Because when your quarterback make plays like that, you ignore. You don't even remember how bad the O-line was. I just wanted to throw that out there so, people like, Mr. Omar can recognize that a quarterback can make you not even think about how bad your O-line is.
Absolutely. You're
right.
correct. 1,000% correct.
You're going to say that a lot tonight, Omar.
Two is wrong. Two is at fault.
He's
made here we go. Oh, Omar, you're gonna stop.
This wasn't about you.
With that, I'm gonna have to do this. The whole podcast.
He's made a declaration. I made a declaration on Twitter. I'll give you my thoughts and opinions. I'm not arguing with people anymore. It's just nonsense. But let's really quick review the game. Dolphins lose. Could have really put themselves in a nice situation to potentially get back into something because Buffalo lost, and there's a lot of teams in this AFC that are struggling, even though, I've been saying that the season's over since week 3. But statistically, could have helped them out. You beat the Panthers, then you beat the Chargers, then we're thinking about something.
Grandpa Hedman should be grandpa.
Yeah, exactly. But this team is not good, and it's a bad team.
Would we view this team any differently if they produced a fourth quarter victory against Carolina or a fourth quarter victory against the Chargers and were 3-3?
Absolutely. Dude, seriously, look around the AFC and all the teams that have issues. There are no powers in the AFC. Like,
I don't know if I would view this team any differently.
Yeah, I actually like Omar.
It's a flawed team, and the biggest flaw right now is just they can't finish. I mean, they're like two plays away from being 3-3.
Alan, let me help you out, Alan, and maybe I'll change your mind here. Okay, I love Omar's question because no, I wouldn't think of this team any different. Why? Because it'll just feed right back into the narrative of the past. You can beat the bad teams and can't beat the good teams. Well, Carolina, we assume that we would beat them. Well, we assume that they're not as good as the best teams in the league. And the Chargers being depleted would have been the same narrative.
It'd be a flawed team, but it'd be a team with
still in the mix.
Where if
with 9-win potential, we'll be back there. Yeah.
It would still be a team, and I'm not saying they were this close to both of them, and hell, you could say that about the Patriots game. That doesn't mean that they would be good because they'd still have the same issues. The defense is trash. They'd still be very deficient on the offensive line. They still couldn't stop the run. They still have really nobody stepping up at receiver.
Illusion no longer.
Who like I thought about this the other day and I sent out a tweet and I really thought about it. What unit would another team trade for? Like your unit for my unit. Would just not just take one player like Jalen Waddle or Devon Achane. No, you got to take the whole unit. Like
specialists. Specialists.
I don't.
Because right now you got maybe the best punter in the NFL.
You got to take the whole unit, so you got to take all the special teams.
Riley Patterson was good until he missed a 57-yard field goal, and I don't know why you're sending him. Well, I know why because every kicker makes 57-yard field goals, but he didn't. The returners have been good, so the specialist and long snapper is Joe Cardona's done a good job. So some teams would trade for the Dolphin specialist. All right. You asked, I answered.
Yes. But what unit on this team is a top 10 unit in the NFL? What unit?
None.
Like, it's just not a good team. And unfortunately,
that's
leadership issues, the depth chart issues, roster depth issues. And I'm not saying that miracles can't happen within the next month. They could beat the Browns. I don't know if they could beat the Falcons.
They're not playing Baltimore if Lamar's playing.
Yeah. I mean, but
maybe the Jets again and the Saints. Maybe the Saints.
Ultimately, this team has got to win 8 of the final 11 games to just get to a winning record.
And it ain't happening.
I'll say this. You look at the Tankathon and you look at the 3 teams that are ahead of the Miami Dolphins right now to get that number 1 pick. It's the Ravens, the Browns, and the Jets. You lose to those 3 teams, they might have the number 1 overall.
Is that what we're rooting for now?
I'm just saying that's something that might happen. I'll never root for this team to lose.
I used to feel that way too. I used to feel that way. Now every loss is a victory at this point.
But Omar, my overriding point is no, they would not be a good team had they been able to pull out. It would be still a massively flawed team had able to pull out one or two of those games. But again, there are not that many teams in the AFC. In fact, very, very few who don't have flaws and could at any point start going south.
Yeah.